Hey, what's going on guys? Zev here, and welcome to today's Dumpster Fire Trash Heap. That was both a jab at today's topic and my own content. So here's what's up. I am a weeb. I am a filthy otaku. I love anime. I'd assume many of you watching also love anime. So I find it rather unfortunate to see people trying to completely bury anime within the tombs of their nation. Seriously, how many times have we seen people rewrite anime for their own purpose or try to cancel it because they claim it's harmful or some crap? If I may, here's my personal theory. It has been scientifically proven that the human brain can separate fiction from reality. Like when we enjoy the Hostel franchise, we don't actually want to watch people being tortured in real time. We're enjoying a twisted story from the safety of creativity and fiction. However, when we live in an age where it sometimes feels like we need to hyper-protect a certain gender or group, some people see a big bouncing pair of anime titties and instead of simply enjoying it or moving on to something that they do enjoy, they have to project and say that it's ruining society or hurting women or blah 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 blah. So why not one more? Feminist group calls for total ban on ecchi. It's not art, it's just softcore. Activists pressure streaming services to remove fan service focused anime. Yeah, I can't think of any way this could possibly backfire. Not like companies are gonna lose millions of dollars and countless creative artists could possibly be out of the job and potentially crippling one of the biggest parts of the entertainment industry, and all because you got offended by pixels. Yeah, sure, you just go ahead and do that. A wave of activism has erupted after several international feminist organizations jointly launched a campaign to ban ecchi anime from mainstream streaming platforms. The movement, named No More Fan Service, directly targets series known for sexualized content, arguing they normalize the objectification of women under the guise of animation. Their demands have sparked uproar throughout the anime community. Under the guise of animation. Bro, it's animated. It's literally right there. It's not exactly coded or hidden within a biblical scripture. Yeah, it's animation. What's the point here? Would you rather they objectify actual women? Because that's what you're gonna get. I never understood this argument. People don't watch sexy anime characters because they hate women. They do it because, well, they're straight men? Because people think women are attractive? First of all, you're watching a series that's made for men, and you want it gone. Remember this picture? It never ages. Look, I'm just gonna say it up front. Drawing sexy women is not offensive or objectifying. It's artwork that most people, including women, appreciate. But if a woman does draw big titties, they'll be accused of not being a woman. Drawing sexy characters does not harm women. An asshole seeing a woman as an object does harm women. Please save your energy for when real women get hurt, not when someone draws a curvy ass. Also, if you look at this realistically, what would you rather men do? Take their favorite anime character out on a date and try and get to know them? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some have tried. The campaign's lead organizers cite anime like Prison School, High School DxD, and To Love Ru as egregious offenders. In a formal letter sent to Netflix and Crunchyroll, the groups argued that ecchi content fails to offer artistic or narrative merit, and instead thrives on the exploitation of female bodies for male pleasure. Oh my fucking god, it's made for men. You want men out of your spaces? Okay, then don't complain when men want theirs. Also, you want to use Prison School as an example? That series is the biggest joke I've ever read. It's a series that practically makes fun of the lowest level perverted scum. Do you want me to use Drawn Together as a moral example of how cartoons are ruining our children? Man, I really miss that show. Fails to offer artistic merit? It's created by a human. Therefore, it's art. Obviously, you don't have to like it. The last thing I want you to do is feel like you're forced to enjoy something. So instead, why not read all the manga that sexualize gay men? Or apparently the really creepy things that you find at Barnes & Noble, written by women by the way. My point is, men create, women create, both can be deviants. Secondary point, shut the fuck. Activists claim these shows are accessible to underage viewers and bypass age restrictions due to the anime medium being perceived as harmless or comedic. You wouldn't allow this in live-action teen shows. Why is it okay in anime? Said one campaign spokesperson in an interview with Big Black Cock News. Because it's not real. It's drawings. It's cartoons. Not to mention from a completely different nation. There's a lot more you can show with digital media than real-life actors. You can have a clip from Total Drama where Heather gets her top ripped off, but you wouldn't be able to show that on an actual reality show. Also, please don't act like this is all to protect minors. Yes, I agree that streaming services should generally have a tighter lock on mature content, but it also comes down to parents monitoring what the kids are watching. Also, just a side note, but wasn't it also feminists that supported the movie Cuties, which sexualized real underage girls? Nah, it's the drawn over-exaggerated high schoolers that are ruining our society. Yeah, totally. In response, fans across platforms like Reddit and X accused the movement of cultural imperialism in understanding the nuances of Japanese animation. Supporters argue that ecchi is a long-standing genre tied to satire, sexual expression, and comedic exaggeration rather than pornography. Yes, this right here, I couldn't have said it better myself. I will agree, at the end of the day, there's a lot of ecchi that is meant to be sexually gratifying, but you also have to admit that so many ecchi tropes and designs are so blatantly ridiculous that you can't take it seriously. Like, do you honestly think a pervert's wet dream about a world consisting of only women that will throw themselves onto any man is supposed to be a serious commentary on first world society? I will die on the hill that if things like this are what you consider to be an issue in life, you must have it pretty fucking good. Also, was it not women and feminists who fought for being able to dress however they want and express themselves however they see fit? Is that no longer okay because a woman that doesn't exist has impossibly large tits? Modern feminists, please decide what your goal is before making it everyone's problem. One user posted, "If you don't like it, don't watch it, but don't police what others enjoy, especially when it's clearly labeled and separated." Others pointed out that Japan already has strict content ratings and viewers globally have tools to filter or avoid such content. Yeah, this could all be easily avoidable if you just accept that it's not real and instead turn your head to something that you actually enjoy. If you honestly think that men are developing a hatred towards women because of Japanese cartoons, taking away a form of entertainment made specifically for them is not gonna help. Cases like this also show how little faith you have in men in general. I mean, yes, there are some pretty deluded dudes out there who are marrying their own waifus, but that comes down to individual lack in social skills, not some widespread epidemic caused by anime titties. While no major platform has issued an official statement, industry insiders told the Japan Times that discussions are underway behind the scenes. Licensing companies worry about bad press but are equally concerned about alienating loyal audiences. If you want a how-to manual on how to tank your company's reputation, listen to crazy radicals that don't actually enjoy or watch your own media instead of the people who actively tune into your works and make you money. Even if they're successful in doing something about this, let's be real, they'll forget about it in a week and find something else to complain about. Some creators have pushed back, defending their work as a form of stylized, exaggerated fiction. There's a difference between titillation and harm. Is that a word? Did I say that right? I don't fucking know. Wrote one ecchi manga artist in a now viral X post. You don't have to like it, but it's part of our artistic spectrum. As petitions rack up thousands of signatures and content warning systems face scrutiny, the outcome of this movement may redefine what international audiences can access. For now, the future of ecchi anime hangs in the balance, caught between rising social responsibility and the fight to preserve creative liberty. Yeah, nothing is gonna happen. Hardly anything ever happens. They're gonna complain, companies are gonna humor the discussion without actually making any changes, fans will be happy, and the world moves on. Now, putting aside all the projecting and whole fiction versus reality argument, here's my big concern in regards to these types of cases. No matter how much you don't like it, anything created by a human is art. Of course, as long as it falls within laws that reflect proper morality, it's art and therefore legal. It all resides within the same spectrum. If you insist on trying to ban one form of art because you deem it harmful, then you run the risk of art becoming so gatekept that it'll eventually start to affect something that you actually enjoy. There is zero evidence that sexy women in anime have any lingering effects on how men view real women. Issues relating to that need to focus more on childhood trauma and social upbringings, not goddamn anime characters. And I mentioned this earlier, if you live in a first world nation, it is a fucking privilege to be sexualized, or to express yourself however you wish. Because you wanna know what the alternative is? This is what you get. So this has been season 12, episode 6 of Modern Feminists Trying to Ruin Our Fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to like and sub. Stay safe, stay sane, create your own art, don't try and cancel someone else's. Goodbye.